Hello guys, welcome back onto the Dutch couch. I've got to say, I've been seeing Chelsea. The people are really surprised with the way they're playing. The pundits seem really shocked with the challenge they're putting out. I've got to say, I can understand why. I mean, this is a club, they're on a tight shoestring budget, aren't they? They're not one to spend much money or anything, are they? So I can understand why people are really shocked by this. I mean, this could be the biggest underdog story since Leicester won the Premier League in 2016. Or actually, I'm going to compare this to Brian Clough winning them 2 European Cups with Nottingham Forest. This is how much of an underdog story this Chelsea team are. I'll explain why and all. I mean, if you look at their midfield, if you look at their two central midfielders, I mean, Caicedo and Fernandes, I mean, they only sort of spent over 220 million on two of them. So I can see why everyone's so shocked. Do you know what I mean? They ain't really spent much money, have they? I mean, over these last couple of years, they ain't really spent much. They've been one of the least spending clubs in the Premier League. Crazy. They're one of the best run clubs in the world. I think we all agree that. One of the best run clubs in the world, definitely. I mean, and their squad. If you look at their squad, this is why I think people are surprised. I think it's because their team is just totally full of youth homegrown products from their academy. Look through their squad. That's all they are. They hardly spent a penny on that squad they've got. I think we'd all agree on that one. Not much. I mean, you look at teams like Brighton. I've got to say, I do blame Brighton a bit. They keep coming in and nicking all Chelsea's best players, don't they? You've got to have seen that. Every time Chelsea have a star, they go scouting for these players in South America or whatever. Brighton come in and steal them. Has anyone else noticed it? Fucking crazy. I mean, also the lack of money at this club also means they're only able to give like sort of 1 or 2 year contracts. Have you noticed that? There's no whispers of an 8-year contract for anyone, is there? Not much. Do you know what I mean? So I can sort of understand why people are saying these are a surprise package. I mean, with the lack of investment they've made, the lack of players they've bought, I can understand why people don't expect them to challenge the big teams. Because let's get it right. I mean, Man City and Arsenal, they're firing on all cylinders, aren't they? They're absolutely smashing everyone every week, aren't they, at the moment? It's fucking ridiculous. I mean, if you look further back, this is another thing. This Ted Bowley, I'll tell you what, he's an absolute genius. He's not spent a penny since he's got there. And now they're challenging for a Premier League title, right? Against City, Liverpool and Arsenal, who have all spent tenfold what Chelsea have spent, haven't they? Let's get it right. Do you know what I mean? Unbelievable what Chelsea have done, bringing all them youth players through. I mean, they don't loan any players out. I mean, I don't think I saw they loaned out about 37 players the other year. I don't think it happened. But if you look further back, Abramovich, this guy was an absolute genius because he came into the club. He never spent a penny either. 18 major honours when Abramovich was there without spending a dime. That included sort of like 5 Premier Leagues, 2 Champions Leagues. And this, basically, with a squad full of youth products. It's unbelievable. The achievements that club have made without spending money or going down the money route like the other sides have done is fucking incredible. And I can only take my hat off to Chelsea. You know what I mean? I've got to take me out of them. It's unbelievable the way they've run that club. Unbelievable. And I'll tell you what Abramovich done as well. This is incredible what he done here. He managed to bring in thousands of new fans for nothing on free transfers. He brought all these fans to the club, all of them on free transfers and all from other clubs. Fuck me. They're incredible. It beggars belief. I mean, and let's talk about the level they're at as well. They're challenging for the league title, and this is a team who are UEFA Conference League level. These are a Conference League level team, and they're challenging for the Premier League title. You can't get no fucking more surprising than that, surely. The only thing that surprises me is that the pundits are surprised. This is a club that is on an absolute shoestring tight budget year after year. can't offer big contracts, can't pay big wages, don't have an high turnover of managers. I think they don't have many managers, do they, Chelsea? They don't sack many managers. They don't pay out big money for managers' fees when they sack them. They to pay out their contracts. Chelsea ain't one of them clubs. As I said, it's one of them brilliantly run clubs that everyone else tries to be. I mean, the likes of these clubs. I mean, like Brighton, Brentford, fucking Bournemouth. They would only fucking dream of being run like this, surely. I mean, they're spending fucking 80, 90 million on fucking bench warmers, aren't they? Them teams. While Chelsea are bringing through all these youth products and hardly spending a penny. Got to say, fucking unbelievable. The way they run that club is incredible. The youth system's brilliant. They make full use of it, I'll tell you. It's unbelievable. They've got that Cole Palmer, haven't they? I don't know how they got him on a free either. They got him on a free. They got so many players on a free. It's incredible, mate. The way they've run is fucking brilliant. But this going back to like 2003 sort of time when Abramovich come in, how they've managed to sustain challenging for big titles and stuff says a lot. I'll tell you, they've done really well to do it on that small budget. I'd like to see the figures because I don't think they've probably spent more than 10 million in the last 10 years, have they? It's fucking unbelievable, mate. Definitely an underdog, this team. Definitely an underdog. I mean, for the money they've sort of spent and the turnover of players, I would have thought they'd be like sort of bottom half, wouldn't you? Every season with this. Crazy. I mean, they've even brought in a manager who's only managed in the Championship. So he's even going above his level. There must be the culture at that club must be so good that despite all these negatives, the lack of investment, the lack of the lack of decent quality manager and that, the culture and the attitude of these players at that club must be fucking fantastic. I don't know how they've managed it year after year. I really don't. And how they got all them world class players they had on such cheap contracts and whatever, cheap fees. Never think. It's like you'd look at them, you'd look at this Chelsea team and what they've won, and you'd think they'd spent fucking billions, wouldn't you? You'd think this Ted Bowley's you'd think he'd probably spent about 1.3 billion, wouldn't you? Looking at it. I'm surprised he hasn't. He's done all this for a fucking the amount of money it costs you to buy a bag of Space Raiders. Fucking incredible. What a businessman. What a businessman. And what a businessman Abramovich was. All them fucking fans on free transfers. Mate, I don't know where he found them. Some of them might have been from the Arsenal Invincibles when they started going downhill. Some of them fans might have had a transfer after that. I don't know. No, they've done really well though. And I can't knock them. I can't knock this Chelsea team. If they win this title this year, mate, oh, it's going to be incredible. Even if they get top four, I think this Chelsea team have really, really played above their level and value. And I've got to say, I don't blame these pundits and these people on telly for creaming over them, because it's totally unexpected and totally not worthy of what they've spent. I don't get it. It's one of life's mysteries. Just got to have a cup of me old Rosie. It's truly one of life's mysteries, got to say. But the contracts are a big thing for me. I mean, some of these other clubs, I mean, I don't think Chelsea would ever do this. Chelsea would never do this. Some of these other clubs are giving players 8-year contracts to get around this fair play. Don't think Chelsea would ever do anything like that. Nah, they're straight down the middle, Chelsea. They're one of them clubs. Loyal fan base. I mean, even when they was in Division 2 back in the day, someone told me they was getting crowds of 9, 10, 15,000. I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe it for a second. They've always been there. They've always been loyal. They've always been there. If you take any of this personally, you really need to get out a little bit more. But it's just in jest, really. But yeah, this is brilliantly run club, as I say. Don't really know what else to say about it. I say they've won 2 European Cups, haven't they? And I think, yeah, it's crazy how they've managed to win all these honours whilst being an underdog. It's unbelievable, mate. When I look at that Premier League this season in particular, I mean, I don't particularly watch that much Premier League anymore. I'm sick of it. I think it's crap. It's boring. It's fucking too money motivated. But I wouldn't mention Chelsea money motivated. They're one of them clubs. They do it all the right way. I mean, they bought that Mikhailo Mudryk, whatever his name is, the Ukrainian. What a signing. I'll tell you what, bargain. I think they only paid a few quid for him, and he's turned out to be such an outstanding performer. Oh, he's going to be up at the Ballon d'Or next year, that one. So many signings they've made. They've been great signings, and they've got them all at really low prices somehow. I mean, they managed to prize that fucking Robert Sanchez, the goalkeeper, away from fucking Brighton. What a keeper. I mean, if he ain't up for the Golden Glove, whatever, the fucking Ballon d'Or for the goalkeeper, I'll never know. And they managed to get him from a bigger club like Brighton. Because let's get it right, Brighton have been nicking all their players, haven't they? It don't make sense to me. But yeah, I like to see how people see this. Yeah, I like to see in the comments what you think about this, and let us know. Let us know if there's any other clubs who bring as many youth players through, and give as many youth players a chance as Chelsea do. I mean, I don't think they bring the youth players through and sell them, do they? Not many. But yeah, let's see. Let us know in the comments what you think. I mean, this is one of the iconic British clubs. This one, and I think they've always been run the right way, especially since 2003. I mean, Man City are the same now. Man City are sort of the same now. They've done nothing. They don't do anything below the belt or dodgy, did they either? So I've got full respect for them as well. Honestly, I mean, people are trying to put a load of fake charges on them. I don't get it. I think it's jealousy. Man City are another club. Run spot on. Nothing illegal. Nothing dodgy at all. I think they do everything down the middle. I think a lot of these other clubs need to take a leaf out of their book. I mean, a lot of these teams. I'm not going to name teams actually. Well, I will, because some people might get the wrong idea. I mean, if I look at Brentford, Brighton, Bournemouth, them sort of clubs, compared to this, they're so terribly run, aren't they? The people at them clubs are absolutely bending the rules to get round things. Yeah, they're paying massive transfer fees. No youth players getting a chance at these middle table clubs. This is the club. And I'll tell you what, if they win this league this season, mate, Brian Clough's 2 European Cups will go into insignificance, mate, for these teams, Chelsea, 2024-25, who they've hardly spent a penny in the last 5 years. That Ted Bowley, he's saved his money, he's been tight with it, he's been sensible, he's not sacked any managers, he's not paid any managers off, he's just run it the right way. And I don't think there's a football fan out there who would disagree. This club is the footprint, mate. This is the influence that other clubs need to live by. I've got to say, I've got nothing against them, all in jest. But yeah, let us know in the comments what you think. I don't know, people might disagree. People might not see the irony and the messing about over it. They might take it seriously, what I'm saying. But yeah, on to the next one. Take care.